Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the Edges and Sledges Cricket Podcast. This is DJ and I'll be your host for this week. I'm joined by Varun. It's late in Singapore, so Varun, thank you for joining me. How's life? What's going on?
Good man, just done with bilaterals and ready for a ICC tournament. Although I do have to say that Ashwin and I created this like fantasy link for Champions Trophy, and both of us joined the league, and we sent it out to like all the 20-25 friends that we know, or maybe even more on groups. And I checked today, and it was Ashwin and me in the league. So clearly, nobody is interested in playing fantasy cricket for the Champions Trophy.
Yeah, but I
They,
think it came, I don't know, it was not the official fantasy invite or
But
anything.
it's never the. So you think we were like fake newsing you or
I don't
something?
know, it felt like it was some kind of spam that came through, so I
Did you
wasn't
report
sure.
it? Like, did you report it on WhatsApp or something? No, but I was quite disappointed. But I also get it. Like IPL is also coming up. People need to like gear up for a long fantasy season. So it feels like either it's going to be just Ashwin and me playing, or nobody's going to play.
Yeah, it feels like the IPL is the true kind of pinnacle of fantasy every year. I think ODI is difficult anyway because
Yeah,
it,
honestly, it's
it
harder.
it's a difficult watch as well. But we should talk through the
But
England.
that's why I we created the thing so that we would be fully invested. My worry now is that nobody I know is playing fantasy, and so how invested are you going to be in like Bangladesh versus Afghanistan?
That I mean, Bangladesh versus India is the first game that India play in Dubai. But uh, how invested would you be in Bangladesh versus Afghanistan, even with fantasy? Isn't that
I
the
was,
real question you should be asking?
I would have been pretty invested. Okay, like that is the way to enjoy tournaments, in my opinion. Just my
Okay,
my
so,
personal
so
opinion.
so let us know how Ashwin and you pan out, which one of you wins. But anyway, we should probably get into the business of the podcast now. Ashwin obviously can't join this to defend himself, but we should get into England versus India, the ODI series after England got thrashed in the T20 series 4-1. Some of those guys stayed back to get thrashed in the ODI series as well. Slightly different players, slightly different 11, and somehow a worse result for England. So, Varun, talk us through what happened in that bilateral Paytm, Mastercard. I don't know, one of
I don't
these
know.
bilateral
I don't, can't
series
even
that.
remember anymore. No, it's interesting. It was 4-1, like you said, and then I never expected it to become like a 7-1 series. So India kind of just swept this series off the ODI 3-0. I mean,
And you'd predicted 2-1 sitting on the fence, if you remember.
always we always predict 2-1, right? That's because India's going to win, and then you hedge your bet. So 3-0. I mean, very honestly, to me, it looked like this was the team that is just picked up from mid-November 2023 from that ODI World Cup. I don't think we had played too many games ODI in between the World Cup and this series. And if you think about it, it's been almost 14 months. But it just kind of felt like everyone slotted back in. Now, what was interesting about the first game is that apparently Jaiswal was always going to be playing, and Shreyas Iyer had got this kind of a tweet out, or he spoke about this, that I was just kind of watching a movie in my room, and since I knew I was not going to be playing tomorrow, I thought let me extend and finish the movie, and I can sleep a little late. And then they find out that Kohli, I think, had a small knee injury or just a slight flare up or something like that, and Shreyas Iyer was asked to play. So interestingly enough, for me, for a lot of us who remember the ODI World Cup, Shreyas Iyer was a fantastic number four and made a very big difference. And we don't often say that about Shreyas Iyer, but he did. And I think, I don't know, DJ, what was your take? But to me, it's, we've discussed this before, that Jaiswal is an all format player. But fast forwarding a little, from being picked over Shreyas Iyer in the first ODI, he's now a reserve in the Champions Trophy squad. So I'm not trying to muddle up the two discussions, but I just wanted to get your thoughts on that.
I mean, there's two or three things, right? One, uh, Jaiswal took a great catch as his first act in ODI cricket, so that was really good. Didn't get too many runs. Secondly, I don't know, which film do you think he was watching, Shreyas Iyer? Because this question has been bothering me for some
I
time.
don't know. I think Pushpa 2 released around that time. So
Do you think the
Yeah, you never know.
No, Jadeja took 3 wickets. Maybe Jadeja was watching Pushpa too. Um, and then, very interesting because Kohli obviously sat out. Um, and Yashasvi Jaiswal played instead of him, really, is what I felt. So it's
How it
difficult to
turned
keep.
out, how it turned
Yeah,
out, but it wasn't that wasn't the plan. Apparently, that was not the plan.
yeah, which is interesting because Shreyas was one of the guys that scored a ton of runs in that ODI World Cup, which India. I mean, the problem is India has lost that World Cup final, right? So all the records, all the runs that people made have just been erased from people's minds because of what happened on November 19, 2023. And it's, yeah, it's I think he got like 500 plus runs, if I'm not wrong, in that World Cup, and he also scored 100 in the semi-final. Um, and he played a really crucial knock in this game as well. He got 59, and he kind of brought the momentum back into the inning.
Yep.
So it was, yeah, it would have been a slightly weird decision to leave him out, but he's had his kind of disciplinary issues. He was dropped, I think, from the central contract list, which we keep coming back to because apparently he was faking a back injury or like, yeah, but why would any player really fake a back injury? Maybe he wants to
Yeah.
watch more films, Lion, and maybe
It
that's what's happening.
it was. I
I
think it
don't
was
know.
a
No,
weird
Jaiswal's time
time.
will come, right?
Yeah.
I have no doubt about that. He will be. I think he's number one in line. He's leapfrogged the likes of Ruturaj and others. He is literally the number one star performer batsman on the horizon,
Yep.
and his time will come. But yeah, uh, slightly odd decision to leave Shreyas out if that was the case.
Yeah. And so basically, Shreyas, I think, turned that game around with that momentum. 59 of 36, as you said. Gill, fantastic ODI knock, 87 of 96. And Akshar Patel at number 5. DJ, another one I wanted to chat through because we're not going to go through all the detail here, but what's the deal with this? KL Rahul has been picked as the keeper. We've all talked about number 5 KL Rahul, who we all love and has done well. And now what's happening? Is this a Gautam Gambhir lefty righty issue? Is it? I want KL Rahul to drop for some other reasons. I didn't get it, and I know there was a lot of debate around this. And by the way, just before you answer that, I think he batted above Rahul in I think all the games. I definitely know the first two, so it feels like this was a plan.
Yeah, it is because I think Gambhir came out and said it was a plan. It was a left hand right hand combination that they wanted to deploy, and fair enough. Gambhir's done that a lot with KKR by the sounds of it. Apparently, the number of left hand right hand combinations went up by like tens of percents. And Akshar's good enough to deliver the runs, right? I mean, the first ODI actually they kind of gave away their wickets a little bit. Akshar gave away his wicket. Gill, who you talked about briefly, 87 of 96. He, I think, came under pressure when Pandya came into bat and hit a six, and then Gill suddenly realized maybe he's not going to have enough runs left to get his 100. So maybe he regretted that shot a little bit towards the end because he got out. I mean, it was 38 overs that India won the game in, right? Gill did
Yeah,
not. He just smoked one through the covers. He did not need to hit that shot. So I think he will be, when he looks back at that shot, he might be regretting it a little bit. But no, the Akshar Patel, we'd kind of discussed it in the context of whether Washington Sundar would play instead of the two left arm spinners. But I think calling them similar left arm spinners, they probably bring slightly different things to the table. Akshar is a bit more round arm, a bit flatter than Jadeja. Jadeja threatens both sides of the batsman's edge. So yeah, I mean, it's clearly a plan they've gone into Dubai with, that we're going to play our, let's say, our best spinning all rounders, whether they're left arm spinners or not. And then Washi becomes number three instead of having the ball go away. Because, and I remember saying this on the podcast, you want someone to take the ball away from the left handers, but they're playing Kuldeep. So he does that.
yeah,
So that was an oversight for me. No, but great and easy win. England imploding, uh, ticking a lot of the boxes, except, of course, Rohit Sharma out for two of the bowling of Mahmood. But yeah, maybe we'll come to the second ODI and you can talk us through what happened there, Varun.
Yeah, second ODI, England bats first, gets 304, all out actually on the last ball. And out walks Rohit Sharma. Remember, Kohli is back for this game, and because Shreyas has proved himself, he stays as number four. So Jaiswal is out. The familiar opening ODI pair of Rohit and Gill are back. And man, they had a field day. Honestly, Rohit Sharma looked great for all the criticism in the last 3 months of him. He looked great. Like 119 of 90 balls, 12 fours, 7 sixes. If my math serves me right, that's about 90 runs out of 190 that just came in hits, right? So it was really, really good to watch. I think it was a statement on his part. He has said this a few times in interviews that I have been here. I know what my role is. I know what I need to do. He said that a few times. And I think that just set the momentum and it set us off nicely. Gill 60. We lost our first wicket at 136. Kohli, unfortunate, didn't get off to a great start, but Iyer again, 44. Akshar, 41. Easy win. I mean, 308 in 44.3. Series done, I think, and really good to see Rohit back.
Yeah, massive thrashing and a bit of a statement from Rohit, right? Like I think he gave an interview which later kind of basically said if people have scored runs, they must be doing something right, and we just needed, um, and you kind of feel better for him as well because he's had a pretty torrid time with the bat in Test cricket. But again, it's a case of, I mean, Rohit is a legitimate one day great for India. Right? Like, there's no, he's got three double hundreds in the format. Am I misremembering? It's been so long that we've
No, I
talked
think
about
it
Rohit
is
Sharma, the
three.
ODI cricketer, but it's ridiculous. Like, and his template used to be completely different as a batter. He used to start slow and then explode, and now he's changed that for the good of the team, and it nearly resulted in a 2023 World Cup win. It resulted in a World Cup win in the T20 format where he took down Mitchell Stark. So obviously slightly different format, but similar like batting. Yes, it's caused him probably technical issues in the Test game, but it was good to see. There's something reassuring about watching Rohit Sharma score runs. I remember there was a point at which Varun when I said I don't want to watch this guy bat anymore because I wanted to watch Kohli who would come in at three. But you'd get these partnerships with Shikhar and Rohit who would put on like 140 in 30 overs for no loss every
Yeah,
time. And I was like, now Kohli's going to come in the 30th over. I don't want to watch this guy bat. But now I do want him to bat because he bats 30 overs. They get to 220, which
yeah,
is what they got. He got out in the 30th over. Rohit had taken India to 220 for three, and the game was killed.
yeah. And I think
Unbelievable.
the other thing is, look, Rohit Sharma is leading the team at Champions Trophy, so he needed this knock more than anyone
Hmm.
else. More than
Hmm.
you and I needed this knock from him, he needed this knock, and I'm
Yeah.
really glad it happened because with one of these under your belt, you go in as the leader, you go in with that confidence, and I have no doubt that he will play the same way, which I think is what the team needs. The worst outcome is for you to change and go under a run a ball,
Yeah.
and so yeah,
No, no, we should also talk about long-term leadership for this team because Bumrah's out again from the Champions Trophy squad because of injury, the one that he picked up in the Melbourne Test. Arguably because Rohit Sharma bowled him into the ground on that day four with nine
he's like
spells.
Orzo
He's
knees.
on his knees. But yeah, um, but Rohit is obviously the leader for the 25 champion trophy, but he's probably got one eye on that World Cup in 27, right, to lead India into that. Because Bumrah is more fragile, I think it was important for him as a batter, but probably, as you say, more important for him as a leader of this Indian cricket team into going to those kind of big marquee tournaments. Um, and then game three, Varun, the Shubman Gill show yet
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, I mean, this guy scored what 200 run, 200 plus in 3 games. It's a solid performance by him. Also, just as much as there's this doubt about Shubman Gill as a T20 opener, which I don't think he can come back into the team now, there's equal amount of certainty for him in the ODI setup. Like nobody can replace him. It's not a discussion. Like what we said about the first game also, it wasn't about Jaiswal versus Gill. It became Jaiswal versus Iyer because
Hmm.
Shubman Gill in ODIs has cemented his
He's the
place.
vice captain also, right? He was
Yeah,
made vice captain. Took a
yeah,
great catch running backwards as well.
yeah.
And he was actually one of the guys that scored runs in that Ranji. He scored 100 for Punjab in that Ranji round that they played between Australia and this England ODI series. So yeah, he had a really good series. Really like cemented his credentials if they needed any further cementing. To be honest, so
Yeah.
yeah,
And what
and
I
it's nice
liked,
to watch him bat.
yeah, it was great to watch him bat. And what I liked is Kohli also got a half century in this game. Shreyas Iyer again got 78. So if you think about him, he's got what, 50 something, 40 something, and now 78. It's rightly so, right? He's kept his spot. Rahul has done well in the third game. Pandya has shown some glimpse of being able to either play an anchor role or go to the hitting ability. And generally, I was very happy with this team. Now, we haven't talked about the bowling at all, DJ, and there
Hmm.
have been two cases out of the three. No, actually, in all three ODIs, we got them all out. So talk me through the just the bowling a little bit. Like, or why don't we take it differently? Let's talk about the bowlers and you give me your view. First name on
Yes,
my
sir.
list, Shami. Yeah. So go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say there's no real standout performance as such from the bowlers,
Yeah.
right? Like it's
And I
all
think
like two,
that's why
two,
it was
three,
hard.
three wickets at most. But uh, I think Shami's still building up,
Yeah.
and it's crucial, right? With Bumrah missing, he is the leader of the attack, but he's probably had the least cricket amongst all the bowlers at this point. Harshit Rana has now replaced Bumrah, if that was a possibility. Like he's probably just taken his spot in the in the side. But yeah, Harshit kind of plays that Liam Plunkett type of role in the 2019 World Cup. Middle overs
Yeah.
enforcer, hit the deck, try and like ruffle the batsman up, a bit of attitude. He's done okay. I kind of liked his attitude to bowling, and then of course there are the all the spinners. You've got Kuldeep, you've got Akshar, you've got Washi, you've got Jadeja. Washi got a chance in I think the third ODI where he went for a few runs, picked up a solo wicket, but yeah, I mean England would get off to a start with the new ball, but then like I think they had 2 games or 3 games where they got off to a start with the new ball, but then once the spinners came on, it was the end really because I don't know there was some chat from Kevin Peterson how they didn't practice between
Yeah.
games and apparently
They were off
totally
playing golf.
unverified. Sorry?
They were off playing golf apparently.
Yeah, but what are you going to do if you've lost the series? Like, TK, what are you going to like go and practice? By the way, have you seen the Greatest Rivalry documentary?
Yeah, I saw that on
It's basically a
Netflix.
Sehwag love fest, but I was so disappointed. He had all of these guys, and I don't know. Did you feel disappointed?
It was a disaster. It was a
It's so
disaster.
poorly made.
I mean, firstly, Sehwag was just alone everywhere. I was feeling really bad for him that he has no friends or something. He was just standing on the beach alone and staring into the sun at the sea. And then on flip side, Shoaib was just sitting alone and just, like it was just really poorly
It
done.
was so
And
badly done, right?
it feels
Even I
like
thought so.
somebody. It feels. I couldn't finish it, to be honest. I got to the third episode, but I couldn't finish it. It feels like somebody had a great idea on with pen and paper, probably put some money behind it, and then realized they're running into the might of the BCCI, who is not going to give them any footage. Because, I mean, we don't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen it out there, but generally, like, you'd be like, and Sachin Tendulkar hit that wonderful century, and then it'll just next screen is a picture of Sachin Tendulkar. Like it felt like a very expensive PowerPoint presentation.
Um,
It was really poorly made.
yeah, it was
In
quite
fact, I
sad.
would
So
have not
have you seen this
released it.
documentary? If nobody's watched it, there's a documentary called A Bat and Ball War. It's a
No, I've not
BBC
seen it.
documentary on the 1999 tour or the 98-99 tour by the Pakistan team of India. It is a fantastic documentary. They've got access to the dressing room with Wasim Akram sitting there eating biryani and having a Pepsi during lunch with his shirt off.
Wow.
This is how good that documentary is. 1998-99. This is the Chennai Test match. The Anil Kumble 10 wickets. That tour, incredible, incredible insight and just fantastic documentary. So if anybody can, I think it may be still available on YouTube, but so BBC archives will have it. Go and have a look. But this was one of the biggest letdowns in recent history. I have to say, it was really sad. It's also like just about one tour to Pakistan.
Yeah. Again, it comes down to the fact that you probably got approval from, like, I don't know if it was PCB or who, like somebody who was not BCCI who gave them access to the videos, right? Because
Mm.
there was almost nothing else available in that documentary. So
Mm.
I think they had to just pivot from going into a grand plan into finding a narrative for videos that they had. It was really weird.
Yeah, I really wonder what the BCCI do with all this footage. They don't give it to fans. They clearly don't give it to commercial enterprises like Netflix. So maybe
Yeah.
it's just lying in some office in some like back
In those
office. I
old
don't know.
days.
Sorry, what were we
And
talking about before? I got totally
no, we
distracted.
were just, I think we were going to talk about the bowling, but on DJ, on that note, we'll just take a very quick break and come back. And I'm going to ask you for your playing 11 of the Champions Trophy and just, yeah, more generally thoughts around Champions Trophy. So we'll be back in just a minute. Welcome back. So DJ, we ended off at bowlers here. Do you know who's replaced Jasprit Bumrah in this squad?
Harshit, no?
I
Harshit
don't know. I
Rana.
thought it was like Varun Chakravarti. I was going to make a joke, but it
Chakra.
probably is. Probably is Harshit. But yeah, so
Mystery bowler for mystery bowler, like for like.
yeah, so weird. Now, okay, so now we've got five spinners. DJ, let's, as
Why
is
do we have
history,
five spinners?
we do, right?
But why do we have
I
five
don't
spinners?
know. It's really weird.
Maybe Dubai is really far away from India, so you can't actually send players there, right? Like, it's really hard to send players to Dubai.
It's just really odd that we've got this like weird, like half our, one third of our squad is just spin bowlers. I've never not seen that in modern day cricket. But as we do traditionally on this podcast, why don't we run through from the top? Because I think bowlers will take a little bit more time in this particular lineup. So DJ, Gill, Rohit, Kohli, top three. Any discussion there?
No, 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 no,
All
no.
right. Number four, Shreyas Iyer. Also
Yeah,
no discussion. I would say five, just from a let's finish it off in order kind of perspective, is a KL Rahul,
yeah,
right?
yeah, done. And keeper as well, because Pant is
And
in the
keeper.
squad, and
And Panthers around,
interestingly,
yeah.
Pant hasn't played any of the ODIs.
Yeah. So very clear direction in my
But
in my
how
opinion.
good must Rahul have to be to keep a Rishabh Pant out of a squad, man?
I mean, again, look, we've I'm surprised it's taken us this long to mention Pant in the show. But listen, he has not been a great ODI player. He was in that
Yeah, he
T20
sucks.
World
Ever
Cup.
since he went to Lucknow, he definitely sucks.
And ever since Rahul has come out of Lucknow, it's like they
Yeah,
just left
best
him.
player.
Um, yeah, but anyway, I think there's no debate there. I think KL Rahul is going to play. Pant is the backup keeper, which is good. Now, we know Hardik Pandya is definitely going to play as well. So, number six is Hardik. Now is where it gets interesting. DJ, do you play two out of Jadeja, Akshar, and Sundar? Or do you play one?
You play two. They've been doing that throughout. So there's after they've given you the template in the England ODIs, right? They're going to play at least two. I'm not even saying one out of two, one out of the three. At least two will play.
Yeah. So, who is that in your opinion?
Jadeja and Akshar,
Yeah, agree. So, it's
and then
Jadeja and
Kuldeep.
Akshar. So you got nine now. So Kuldeep
Yeah,
is also there. So
that
who are
leaves
the?
two fast bowlers.
And I
That's
think
it.
I actually think Arshdeep plays 100%. Like
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
we were having this debate among friends. People are saying Shami should walk in. I agree. I love the guy, but I still think Arshdeep walks in this current form ahead of Shami. Right? And so Arshdeep, both of us have agreed. Now it comes down to Rana versus Shami.
But that's a Shami, right? That's just experience, class, and
Is it?
honestly, an 80% Shami is better than 100% Rana, no doubt. Right? 75% Shami is better than 100% Rana, dude. Sorry,
I
like
agree. No, I
Harshit
agree.
Rana's, he's fine. He bowls quick and stuff, but like Shami is just too good.
Yeah.
He's just too good, and he's working his way back into form. There's another what week or so to go for the Champions Trophy.
I mean, no, it's on Thursday, the match. So it's like three
Yeah,
days.
but our match is on Thursday, right?
The our match is Thursday. The Champions Trophy starts on Wednesday, and we're recording this on Monday. Just FYI, for anyone listening.
Oh, wow. Clearly, I've been clued into the Indian. But see, this is how quickly stuff goes, right? Like last week, India were playing England in the ODIs.
Yep.
And it feels like an age ago because for once this weekend did not have a cricket match. There was an India men's cricket match. There was
Yeah.
WPL, which came with its own Zing Bales controversy and Delhi Capitals beating Mumbai and Harmanpreet losing it about why the Zing Bales. That did you know about the Zing Bales
I
controversy?
I I saw something, but I
Hilarious,
didn't go in the detail.
hilarious. So basically, apparently, what has happened is what kept happening was there were three runouts, which were given not out by the third umpire even though the Zing Bales lit up. But she moved one, and it was a female third umpire. So this is also an important point, right? It went one frame forward, and then by the time the bail was dislodged, the batter was already in her ground. So it was given not out three times. Then people started reading the playing conditions, saying the moment the Zing bail lights up, it's out, it's out. So then a lot of jhamela was made about this. Then apparently the clarification came from the organizers that the morning before they had told the officials that the zinc bales were malfunctioning because before they were fully dislodged, they started to light up. But the officials were told this before the match, and the players were told this after the match. So
That's
this is
ridiculous.
classic cover-up behavior, in my view, at least. I mean, seriously. So now they've
Actually,
changed the rule, by the way. The playing conditions have been retrospectively amended. Well, in theory, they've been prospectively amended going forward that this is the rule. But apparently, this was already the rule on the day that this happened. So Mumbai should not be aggrieved.
yeah. Wow.
Yes, hilarious. Right
Yeah,
now, pretty
I
funny
remember
stuff.
just seeing something very brief on this, but I did not pick up all the detail.
It's just too good, actually. There's a lot of intrigue in this WPL tournament. Anyway, so yeah.
All right, so we come back. So that is effectively our team. I think we all agree that Shami will play over Harshit. But having said that, Harshit did not do badly whenever he showed up, whether it was as a concussion substitute or as a regular playing 11 person in the
Concussion.
last month.
Were you going
He's
to say
done
impact player?
impact sub, yes. He's done well. So I give him credit, and I think it's a good, credible third bowler. But I do think that Shami should start, like you, DJ. But stranger things have happened with Gautam Gambhir. I just hope Shami starts, and if he's not fully up to the mark, Harshit Rana can very easily come in.
Mm.
That's what I would hope for.
No, but interesting. There's only 8 teams playing the Champions Trophy, obviously. England nearly didn't qualify after their failed ODI campaign, ODI World Cup campaign. So they needed to finish within the top 8. Sri Lanka are not part of this, neither are the
Yep,
West Indies.
yep, yep. That's right. Both of
So
the
it's a really small tournament of 8 teams. It's even smaller than the World Cup.
yeah.
So yeah, I'm not sure what to make of it
I
totally
think
at this
I
point.
reckon if India is starts positively and it starts making it towards the semi, I reckon you'll see a huge, large crowd get behind this, right? But my expectation is it'll happen around the semis. I have a feeling the first game against Bangladesh will probably be a slow burn. But then you got India Pakistan on Sunday, and I mean, who doesn't wait for India Pakistan? It happens once a year, and it's going to be good. It's just that, like I said, for an ODI, it's going to be 8 hours long. So I think people will get into it, man. If India can just, win the first two, suddenly you'll see the whole country behind
Yeah, but I think not having Bumrah has been a huge
them.
loss to the
Huge,
Indian team.
massive, massive, massive.
It's. I think with Bumrah, I would put us as favorites probably because Australia are also they're
Light
pretty like
bowling.
depleted. South Africa are okay. Pakistan okay. Um, New Zealand done well in Pakistan conditions. But no, man, like with Bumrah, I think India would have probably won this Champions Trophy, and we won it once before. We've been runners up. We've been runners up in 2017,
Yeah,
famously, as we remember,
yes.
at the Oval. And we've shared it once with Sri Lanka in 2001, 2002, and we were back in school. So,
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
yeah.
So, I mean, we're not going to run through the teams, but DJ, give me your top four. Like, who are the four semifinalists going to be?
Phew. Top 4 teams. Okay, so let's do this. I still think India will make it.
Yeah,
I'm going to say Australia will make it, just pedigree. I think I'm gonna say England are not gonna make it. I'm gonna say New Zealand will make it because they always do. And then
I'm
I'm gonna
glad you
say
said that.
Afghanistan will make it.
Interesting. I would. I'm going to say New Zealand, India, South Africa, and I would actually say Pakistan being a home tournament.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I would say Pakistan because Pakistan at home. I mean, Pakistan is just. It's always about that one day
But
away from showing
can
up.
wait, can the group stages, are there groups in the what is the format
Actually,
of this?
there are. Wait,
That's
maybe
what
I
I'm
have.
saying. So Pakistan, India, and New Zealand won't be able to make it from the same
Got it,
group,
got it.
I'd say.
So I think that's a fair call out. So I think in that case, I will err on the side of caution and say New Zealand because I think I
Yeah.
didn't last time and I was wrong. So so I think
Just put book New Zealand in the semi-final
yeah, New
seat.
Zealand is in semis. I think you're right. Then it'll be India, South Africa, New Zealand, and I'm gonna say I'm gonna say England. I'm gonna go with England.
Oof, I'm gonna go with Afghanistan. Man, they're too exciting, and I called
Yeah,
them for the T20 World Cup semi also.
that was amazing.
So I'm
That's
quite
why
enjoying
I hope
this.
you're right. I hope you're right again.
Yeah, Rashid Bhai.
Yeah.
Just because Rashid Bhai once spoke to me at the Nets in Melbourne. It
Really?
was too good.
Oh yeah, I think I've
Because he
heard
hit
that
that
story.
helicopter shot and he looked up and said, "Ek MS Dhoni ka bhi banta hai na?" And I was like, bro, done for life.
That's awesome.
Rashid Bhai. Awesome. Awesome guy.
So that we have it, TJ. Like 2 days from the day of recording, the Champions Trophy starts. India, by the time we record next, India would have played 2 games. I think all of us
Wow.
would love to get together at the end of that India Park game. Hopefully,
Yeah.
three of us can make it with schedule
Yeah.
working out. But I think it'll be an exciting week. You've got India Bangladesh coming up, you've got India Pakistan coming up. And like we're predicting, it may be a slow start from terms of viewership, but by Sunday, it's going to heat up.
Yeah. What I absolutely loved about this episode, Varun, is because Ashwin's not there to keep us on track. I think I started hosting the episode.
And I've taken
Halfway
over.
through, we forgot.
I took over the break. I think around
It's
the
too
break I took
good.
over.
It's the best. Ashwin is going to be hearing this, losing it though.
Yeah, but
He's
I'm
like,
gonna have
"What
to
is this
pass over to
meeting?
you
What
for
is this
this.
meeting conduct?
I'm gonna have to pass over to you for the final because I don't know
You don't
what
know
I'm
what the
gonna.
Instagram handle is." Great.
Exactly. So I'm gonna have to pass
Excellent.
over to you for the last line.
On that note, guys, this is the Edges and Sledges Cricket Podcast signing off. Please do follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or X as it's now known, which is also Elon Musk's son's name, is what I recently found out. So, yeah, one tip, one hand, YouTube, like, subscribe, etc. Leave us a review, leave us a comment, write us an email, one tip, one hand at gmail.com. We're on Discord, so come and say hi there. Yeah, it's Champions Trophy time. It's ICC Trophy, baby, and we won the last one. So apparently, the Indian team has already forgotten about all that because जीतने के लिए भूलना पड़ता है. So on that note, we're signing off, and we will see you next week after the biggest game in limited overs cricket because they don't play Test cricket anymore. India Pakistan. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you next week.